saying for the same catalog that I produce, I wrote, 99% me. That there's when money got into our account, $25,700 and something $1,000, that me and Paul within 4 hours or whatever came and split the money in half. Yeah, it was true.
Repeat it. See, repeat it. In front of your lawyer.
Peter, shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, boss, say shame on you. No, stop it. Boss, say shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
Hey, shame on you.
Down here now.
You're shame.
Go now, give me the mic.
Beat me, guys.
Oh, go to be.
Come with me. Walk me. Walk with me. My child. What do you want to do? Beat me, my seat. You want to beat me?
What will it take to forgive your sister?
Jesus to come back.
The highest destruction of family bond is sibling rivalry. One of the things that rivalry is going to cause is jealousy. And jealousy and hatred are like siblings. They go hand in hand. This is what has been happening inside that they brought out. Fans are beginning to bring things into your head, beginning to give you ideas. I always say, no competition. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Kassy and you're very much welcome to the channel. On this channel, I make videos on all things womanhood. I react to things that I find fascinating on the internet as well, especially if it is related to womanhood, motherhood, and family. You are very much welcome to the channel. If you're coming across my face for the first time, trust me, you're going to love it here. Just go ahead and click the subscribe button. I'm going to give you a few moments to do that. Okay? Thank you. So, by the title of today's video, you already know, in fact, by my thumbnail, you already know what I want to talk about. And yes, today we're going to be looking at sibling rivalry and how it can be very, very destructive when it comes to family bond, children, and generation yet unborn. Okay? So recently, Peter and Paul Okoye, Psquare, separated again. I was having this conversation with my husband and I randomly asked him, what do you think will be the reason for this separation? Do you think it is family or society? And he just, casually said in this case of Psquare that it is society. That can be very true, but I beg to differ. And I'm also asking you, so that you're going to put it right now before you forget, in the comment section, what do you think is the main cause of sibling rivalry? Let me know. Put it in the comment section. So like I said, I beg to differ. I believe strongly the family has a major role to play when it comes to sibling rivalry. In the case of Psquare, I believe strongly that it is family, because it is what happened inside. It is the beef, the fights that you have inside that you will bring out to the open, and the open, especially in this case where they are celebrities. Of course, the society, the fans, they are going to have a say because you guys brought it out. Now, I'm going to be talking about it in general because, yes, these people are famous. That is why it is looking as if they are just, being childish. It's looking like it is weird, being that they are siblings, they are twins, and they're having such fights and the rest. But you cannot begin to imagine the amount of sibling rivalry, the amount of fights, the amount of hatred, the amount of separation that sibling rivalry has caused. And I'll tell you for sure that this has been happening from time immemorial. And that is why when you ask some people and they tell you that we don't talk to our cousins or we're not close to our cousins, it is because of either a serious rivalry case or a subtle rivalry. In fact, this has been happening since the time of Cain and Abel, and it was the parents first. I'm saying this because I'm a mom, and I'm saying it for those who are also parents, so that you start now and start curbing some of these things. It doesn't look good.
What will it take to forgive your sister?
Jesus to come back.
What will it take for you to forgive your sister?
For her to get counseling? I love my sister.
I think what's going to take this relationship to mend is parties that are not here right now. It's your parents. Your parents need to be here right now.
Absolutely.
And whatever has happened to you all as kids is bleeding into you as adults. Listen, that 116 or whatever it is not going to hurt you. You fly. You got a bright future ahead of you. Go make your money somewhere else. And until you find your parents in a space where they can help y'all heal, y'all got to disconnect. And that's just the truth of it.
I feel that.
There's a young woman inside of you that's hurting, and there's a young woman inside of you who's confused and doesn't know how to accept her sister's pain. And until that is acknowledged and healed, this is going to keep going forever and ever.
The first time Psquare broke up, the whole internet went agog because they didn't understand why siblings, twins who have been doing things together, are having such hatred for themselves. A lot of people even blamed the wives at some point. Of course. The wives are usually the ones that take the bullets all the time. Bring the wife, let us throw the wives under the bus. And a lot of people will say, oh, they were together, they were doing things together before their wives came into the picture. And it was after their wife came into the picture, that is why they separated. That is when they started having issues. That is a very big lie. We are leaving out the fact that these people were living together. These people grew up in the same house. They know their flaws. They know the capability of each one of them. What's his name? Paul knows that he knows how to sing more than his brother. He knows that he writes. It's not like you didn't know that this is where your brother is specialized in. This is where I am specialized in. Because see what is happening now. All of a sudden, you are the one that sings the most. You are the one that writes the most. Is it the wife that discovered all these talents for you? This is something that you have carried for a very long time. You have put it in your mind, in your heart, in your brain, that you are better off. That you're better than your brother. In this case, there is another sibling. It is even worse when there is another sibling and that sibling has decided, you know, when two siblings are together, they are unbreakable. But in a case where 3 siblings and 2 are very close, leaving one, that one will always feel cheated. So when this person posted this thing, Joey Bukwe, I don't know this person. I don't know what he's all about with the government, because it was after he posted this thing that blogs carried it. Even Paul himself said he was part of the people that destroyed the country and all of that. I didn't know anything about that. I'm just focusing on what he said. He said, so shameful that 2 twin brothers, Paul and Peter, cannot work together, cannot love one another, they cannot trust each other, they cannot think together, they cannot reason together, they cannot forgive each other. They cannot manage their wives. They cannot manage their success story. They cannot control emotions. They cannot manage their internal contradiction. Even their wives could not help matters. What about their parents, their brothers and sisters? Their noche, etc. This is a shame. It pains me to no end. Now, are there no elders in the family? This is success without brains, education without character. Make shame catch us small now. When gold rusts, what will iron do? Ndara akweke. I won't worry. Okay, this is what I picked from this. Are there no elders in the family? Are there no elders in the family? When siblings begin to fight and it looks like they're not reconciling anytime soon, the first question you ask is, okay, are there no elders? That is, if there are no parents, are there no elders in the family? So at least, bring them together, talk to them, and see if they can resolve their issues. But most times it's what has been embedded in them from time immemorial, from since they were little, that will now determine if they want to even come face any noche or elders. And again, the level of how things has gone bad. Okay, so I also saw a POV from CC, which stands from celebrity critic. I follow them. Okay, I follow them because I kind of resonate with their POVs. It makes sense to me. And I came across this particular one on this same sibling rivalry with Psquare as a topic. And it says a different kind of twins. Thankfully, nobody is advocating for their reconciliation again, because the first time this whole thing happened, people were advocating for their reconciliation. People were looking forward for their reconciliation. When they went their separate ways and started singing with different stage names, some people followed this other person, while some followed this other one. Okay, it was no longer a together fan base anymore. It was now separate fan base, always coming for each other. Thankfully, nobody is advocating for their reconciliation again, unlike before. The day that they decide that they want to have sense and behave like full-grown men, they will let us know. Until then, happy beefing. This is surprising. I was thinking it was longer than this. So this brings us to why I say it is family. Right? No matter the kind of fights, quarrel you have with your sibling, it stays in. Because when you reconcile, these people you are bringing it out for is going to mock you. That is why everybody has a say in your business. And you getting angry about it, it will not stop anything, because people will definitely have a say because it is out there. And coupled with the fact that you guys, they are celebrities. So of course, people will have a say. People will talk. Did society really contributed to this particular fight, to this particular separation? Maybe in the sense that it has gotten in their heads that, oh, this one dances better, oh, this one sings better, and everybody is now picking, if not for me, it is not going to be like this. If you're beginning to listen to fans are beginning to bring things into your head, beginning to give you ideas. But that is not the foundation. Like I said, it is what happened inside that they brought out. It is what has been happening inside that they brought outside. So if nobody had known about it, then society will not even have a say. Except the society you are talking about now is money. Maybe money has gotten, money is the root of all evil. So it's gotten to the point where money, or they've allowed money to come in between them. Maybe that is the society we are talking about. But in this case, in any case of sibling rivalry, it is usually the family. It is usually from the family. What are the reasons why siblings go their separate ways? The reasons why most siblings go their separate ways is because of utterances. Sometimes we don't watch what we say. Utterances from parents, from siblings. Those are the things that make people just isolate themselves and decide, you know what, I am not doing family with this person anymore. Yes, we are related by blood, but I don't think I want to be in the same space with this person anymore. You know your sibling better than anybody. You know what you will say to another person, and that thing is going to hurt the person. When a lady was talking about her own sibling issue, she said it's over a year that she spoke to her sister, and the reason why they had that separation that they had was because her sister said something to her. She said, and even before she said that thing to her, she said, this thing is going to offend you. But now went ahead to say what she said. You know your siblings, you know them, you know the one that is softy, you know the one that is hard, you know the one that is very, very sensitive. So you know how to communicate with that person so that that person will not end up feeling bad. I was an only child for a very long time before my younger one started coming, and there were quite a number of age gap between me and my younger one. So at some point I started getting the I'm not the only child anymore vibe. And I remember meeting my younger brother one time, and my dad said something that stayed in my head for a very, very long time. My dad said, oh, be beating him, a time will come he will beat you. You know, we have that mentality. We have had a lot of people say it. A lot of people said it when we were growing up. The boys are usually stronger than the ladies. They will eventually beat you. The way you beat your younger brother may not be the way you would beat him after 2 years. 2 years, maybe he will in turn fight you. That's mentality. So he said, beat him. Don't worry, that one is not even a problem. With time, he's going to beat you too. It stayed in my head. Thinking about it now, I am laughing. But it stayed in my head. I got really, really angry because of that. And anytime, any slightest mistake, any slightest opportunity, anything that my brother does, then he will collect the beating of his life from me. I started beating him with the intention that I am beating fear into him. It got to me, it sunk. It stayed in my head for the very longest. Until one day I beat my brother. The neighbors had to call my parents from the office. And my dad rushed back home. If you ask my siblings, they will tell you how much beating they got from me. All because of what my dad said. Not until that day I beat him, my neighbors called my dad and my dad came back from the office. That was the day he sat down. He called me. He said, sit down. I sat down. My dad started preaching. My dad started telling me, we love you. What? Don't be angry. The way you beat your brother, the way you beat him with so much anger. In fact, the way you beat your younger ones with so much anger, it is not a way to go. You people are siblings. You should love your brother. Mind you, I love my younger ones. Not like I don't love my younger ones. Mind you, I will fight for them. So my father started, telling me how much love they have for me. Like, we just had a serious talk that day, more like him trying to let me understand that there is no special child in the house. It got him to sit down that day. This conversation touched me. And after that day, I changed. I realized that I was angry because of that thing that was said. Which is why, as a parent right now, if you tell me, oh, this is your favorite child, I correct you, I bring you back immediately. I have different relationship with all my children. A lot of people are saying your middle child is the one that you don't, focus so much on. In fact, that's not true in my own case. Like, I can sit down and have conversation. Maybe we'll be gisting each other. That's the kind of relationship. Now, sibling relationship, I always say no competition, because that is the highlights of today's video. Competition. That is the number one thing that will make any family to go their separate way, any sibling to go their separate ways. When a parent is telling the child, didn't you see this person? This is the person. Someone once told me that the reason why they're not in communication with family members at the time was because anytime they have conversation, maybe phone call or whatever, there's always a comparison with somebody, there's always a comparison with another sibling, there's always a comparison to another cousin somewhere. There is that at that point, they decided to just, you know what, I'm just going to, until I become, something, I don't want to have any conversation, I don't want to pick any calls, I don't want to make any calls. And I get, because I know that I have relatives that don't talk to each other. They don't relate. I also know a family that their home are like this. Some group of people are this way, some group of people, and they are from the same parent. Seriously, we don't know the damage rivalry can actually cause. I was going through TikTok and somebody said that she has not spoken to her sibling for the past 15 years and she does not even plan to make that contact at all. And in my head, I'm saying, sibling from same parent. How did it get this bad? Not one person, not two, not three. There's also a show that I saw that the siblings were sitting down there. Both of them, they are not willing to reconcile. Nobody is seeing the possibility of reconciliation.
What are you angry about?
I just don't like my sister. I feel like we don't have a proper connection, and I don't want it. I'm angry at her for everything that's happened.
What's happened? What is it she's done that's made you angry?
She's just very fake to me. Whether people see it or not, I see it. She's just very disrespectful. Like, I can't, it's just not something that I want to tolerate anymore. Whether it's her trying to pretend like she's my friend and then going out to other people saying something else and twisting the story, or her going to, my dad, if I go to him and say, oh, Dad, Kayla did this, someone's always backing her up.
Well, we haven't seen each other in 3 years. So
yeah,
you don't
basically.
hang out.
No, and I want to keep it that way.
The terrible stories I've come to read and watch on social media about siblings, about the so much pain some siblings are carrying, about how much a sibling can hurt another sibling is alarming. So that you get to understand the sibling rivalry is not ending anytime soon, and it is not helping families at all. Gradually, it moves from rivalry to outright hatred. Because one of the things that rivalry is going to cause is jealousy. And jealousy and hatred are like siblings. They go hand in hand. Now let's talk about the effect. I mentioned earlier that some people do not have relationship with their cousins, their relatives. They do not. And if you backdate, you're going to find out that it is because of one small rivalry between maybe their parents, their grandparents, or their great-grandparents. If you backdate, you will see where it started from. You will realize the danger rivalry can cause. Most times, if these rifts happen before the children starts coming, they may end up not even knowing each other. And even after, before you know it, gradually, they will start drifting apart. All those holidays, all those hangouts they used to do before, it will no longer be happening. Because now, nobody has the time to come and start faking sibling love or cousin love or relative love right now. Nobody has the time. Everybody is just facing their business and worrying about their own daily lives. You get, let's, whatever it is, be there. It takes God's grace for cousins to still keep in touch, even after maybe the beef or whatever differences the parents may have. The highest destruction of family bond is sibling rivalry. Nothing destroys family bond more than sibling rivalry. In a case where they are kids, you need to let them know that even you as siblings, you are not supposed to have one favorite. Love your siblings equally. Some people that want their sibling to themselves, they don't care if that sibling has another sibling. They just want that sibling to themselves, and it's not done that way. As parents, we can teach our children that healthy competition is not a bad thing. Let them know that they can overcome challenges together. Ensure fairness. Kids learn by what they see. Don't just sit them down and say, love, L-O-V-E, you must love your sibling. No, you have to show it. You have to show what you want your child, whatever it is you want your child to be. Show it. Let them see it. Once they see it, once they feel it, they will extend it within themselves. Encourage cooperation. Let them do things together. Let them eat together. There's something my husband was saying the other day. He said that, can we, sometimes, yes, they have their separate plates and everything, but can we sometimes put the food on the same plate for them so that they just eat together, so that they will understand that there is nothing wrong with, eating from the same place, so that they don't grow up seeing it like a weird thing. And he's also going to encourage sharing within themselves, that also celebrate differences. Let them know they are unique in their own way. Let them know that they can actually come together to form a team, bringing each person's uniqueness into whatever it is they want to do. Sometimes I feel that is what Psquare lacked, which is why they went their separate ways again. Then form family tradition, or maybe let's say family meetings once in a while, even as grown adults. Family meetings once in a while. Sit down, let everybody speak their mind, whatever it is that is bothering you, whatever it is you don't like about somebody, let everybody air their mind and listen. Listen. Sometimes we don't know how bad we may have offended somebody until we listen and understand from that person's point of view, from that person's perspective. That is when we can actually, and another thing is apologizing, like say sorry. There is something apology does. It has like antidote to whatever pain it is most people carry in their heart. It has an antidote somehow. It may take time for the person to finally accept that apology. It is fine, but the fact that you have even said it helps the person to heal. And one major way that I think you can actually settle sibling rivalry, also apart from the ones that I've mentioned, apart from the apology and is, of course, like I said, knowing the root cause. When you listen to people, you know where the anger is coming from. So by knowing the root cause, you can actually reconcile sibling rivalry. I believe I have done the Lord's work. If you liked today's video, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. Do not forget to click the notification bell beside it so that you get notified whenever I drop any video. If you have any sibling rivalry story that you want to share, please go ahead. The comment is free. And if you loved today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.